Hello everybody, welcome to Kitty's Kitchen. Kitty's Kitchen, my wonderful masthead here, as you can see and you can look at throughout my program. Tonight I wanted to come to you after a long hiatus of not cooking anything, mostly because I've been away this summer. I had a vacation. I went to my parents and spent some time in the country with my family and did that. But now it's September and it's time to get back to work. So, again, also today is a reflective day because it is September 11th, and I wanted to come to you because it's been a very emotional and meaningful day to me. And I've been experiencing. We had a poetry meeting today, and there were many nice tributes about 9/11. But tonight, let's try to cook. Okay, because cooking is a little bit therapeutic, and it can kind of bring you back to earth, nature, the ground, the world, just basics, back to the basics. So tonight I would like to introduce a farm stand tomato sauce recipe. I'm going to make a full-on blown tomato sauce. So let me just show you what I have as ingredients here. Firstly, I have a very large pot that I'm going to be cooking the tomatoes in. And I have about 10 larger tomatoes like this that I'm going to chop and dice. I'm probably going to put the diced tomatoes in this bowl right here, just to put the diced tomatoes in there. Some of them kind of did get a little bit old, because not only, this has been a very confusing time, people. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like, okay, along with Afghanistan and all the news there, and meanwhile, my building on the B side, which is the side I live on, had a gas explosion recently, and it was a small explosion, but it hurt two of our Woodner employees here, so they were hospitalized. They're going to make it. It's not fatal, but somewhat serious on some level to one of them, especially. And our gas has been off for about a week or so. So the day that I went shopping for all these fresh tomatoes is the day that the explosion happened. And so then we were given hot plates to cook with, which is about 6.5 inches diameter, and it wasn't enough for me to make my beautiful tomatoes into a tomato sauce. So I've had to wait to have the gas get put back on, which it has finally, and I'm glad it was a smaller problem than it could have been. But and again, I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but there's a lot going on right now. I mean, it's like explosions on the B side, like Afghanistan's 9/11 is today, and jobs and life and stuff. Anyway, so here we are. All right, so what I have is still, they're about a week old, but they're still good. They look like pretty good tomatoes to me still. About 10 of these larger tomatoes. I have 10 if you count them. And also a pint of, these are grape tomatoes, but I should have probably picked up cherry tomatoes because cherry tomatoes have a little sweeter. But I'm going to use this small pint of grape tomatoes because that's just what I picked up at the grocery store. So I guess that's going to be what I use. I'm going to use about 5 cloves of garlic. Again, you can use these larger packets of garlic and stuff. I'm going to probably open one of them and use the whole one. We're going to use a little bit of oregano leaves, just the regular spice is okay, I think, if you're going to use oregano leaves. About a teaspoon of that, I have a teaspoon out. And here's some fresh basil. Fresh basil, as you can see. I had to go to the grocery store again to get another fresh basil because the basil I got originally at the grocery store went rotten after the week of the gas explosion. So here is some fresh basil that I picked up just yesterday from the grocery store. So we're going to use this fresh basil. We're going to use half a stick of unsalted butter, and we're going to put that in here, along with these two beautiful onions here. And I just love to show onions because onions are so beautiful. I think they're one of the most beautiful vegetables. Look at this. Look at how great that is. They're golden hue, and they just look, and they're going to smell terrific. And so 2 whole onions are going to go into this recipe. So I'm going to saute the onions, garlic, and in the unsalted butter, and then I'm going to add all the tomatoes and the pints of tomatoes, and it also calls for salt and pepper. You can see my salt, pepper, and let's not forget just a hint of dry red wine is going to go into the sauce. So I'm going to prepare all these vegetables and put them together, and I'm going to pause it right now and I just wanted to show you what was happening here, but I'll come back to you after we've done some chopping. Okay, thanks. Hang in there. I'll see you in a bit. Hello. All right, we're back. Now look what I've done. I've chopped the beautiful tomatoes. Look at how wonderful these tomatoes look. So fresh. They were very juicy. In cutting them, I cut them just in chunks, just to cut them, chop them up. So we'll add them when we put everything together in the bowl. But I'm going to now cut the onions and garlic. Okay, be right back.